It's Friday evening and it's time for Ask Sid. Welcome everyone who's watching, listening to Ask Sid with my special guest today. I've got Brian from Tottenham on tour all the way from Canada. How are you, Brian?
I am very, very good, Sid. Thanks. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. Good result yesterday. So sort of happy. I'm not extremely happy because I think there's loads of room for improvement, but sort of happy. What did you think yesterday?
I thought it was a great performance. It just showed that, excuse me, they're adapting to Conte's methods and styles very, very quickly. Obviously, there's room for improvement, but it was the most complete performance I'd say we've had this season.
Good. Anyone shine for you in particular, or anyone not good enough for you yesterday?
Four really stood out for me. Ben Davies, who I think has done extremely well since Conte's come in.
Yeah,
we're getting to see what Reguilon can do and how much of an asset he's going to be. And then Skip and Son were outstanding.
Yeah, I think Skip had a great game. I think what you said exactly with Ben Davies, he just seems to be a different person under Conte. Seems to be, I mean, he's not world class, but he seems to be doing a job at the moment until obviously we get someone better who's going to be world class kind of player. But at the moment, they're doing a job. I mean, it was only Brentford. For me, I still think the test is going to be in a couple of weeks when we've got Liverpool. That will actually tell us how good we are, not only at defending, creating, and also attack. Because Liverpool ain't going to lie down, are they?
No. I mean, when you say only Brentford, you've got to remember, Arsenal lost to them.
Yeah.
Liverpool drew with them. West Ham lost to them. Everton. So we played them at a good time, but they've given a lot of people trouble. And in regards to Ben Davies, this is the position he's been playing for Wales regularly.
Yeah.
It suits him a lot better. Of course, if we can get an upgrade, we get one.
Yeah.
But you've got to give him credit because he's taken a lot of slack.
Yeah.
So he deserves credit when it comes in.
Yeah. I mean, what I meant by only Brentford in terms of they've had a wicked start to the season, and you said, they've given a few Arsenal and people like that a good game. The last 3 or 4 games, they've not been on par. And like you said, we got them at the right time, and we actually went out there and we done a job, which for a lot of Tottenham fans, they probably weren't expecting that. But yeah, we move onwards and upwards. Before we go any further, just like to welcome everyone who's joining us on the stream, on podcast, Spotify. Please like, subscribe, share, get Paxton Road out there trending. We've got memberships, we've got a community section. So yeah, everyone just get on board, get us going where we want. I mean, with the likes of yourself coming on to help us, it's an absolute pleasure and can't thank you enough. And
always a pleasure to come on Paxton Road.
Wicked. We love having you, mate. We love having you. So it's good. So the topic is, how far can Spurs climb up the table during this festive period? Now, Christmas is always a season of giving and taking, but we seem to be doing a lot of giving at the moment. And we need to start taking now. We need to start taking from clubs. So we're going to talk about the run up to Christmas. I think we've got about 5 or 6 games. I've not counted in the Carabao Cup, and I've not counted in Thursday the Europa Conference League because I'm not bothered. West Ham game, we can talk about that later on if you want towards the end, but this is purely about points and how far. I mean, yesterday and Wednesday and Thursday we had some great results our way and we took full advantage. So it was good. We're 1 point behind them lot, them noisy ones, and I think we're 2 behind West Ham with a game in hand. So it could all change on Sunday.
It most certainly can.
Yeah. I've got Sean. Good evening, Sean. He's left a few questions for us, but these ones will probably probably answer them, or we'll leave it for another day. But it's basically, should we let Tangai go? Will Kane score in the EPL before Christmas? Doherty or Tanganga when Emerson needs a break? We'll answer them questions near the time. Let's just get on with the fixtures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the fixtures up to Christmas in the season 2018 and 2019.
Okay.
So the fixtures were as follows. Right, so we beat Burnley 1-0 and we were third. Then on the 23rd, we beat Everton 6-2 away, third.
Yep.
Boxing Day, we beat Bournemouth 5-0. We were second. 29th of December, we lost to Wolves 3-1. We were third. And then we beat Cardiff on New Year's Day 3-0 and we were third. So that was our run up to Christmas. And I'm sure you remember that because the 6-2 and the 5-0, I remember that very well.
Well, I remember the 1-0 against Burnley and Ericsson scored right at the end. And from what I remember, it was snowing.
Yeah.
The 6-2 was one of the most complete performances I've ever seen, especially Kane's final goal. The 5-0, I think that's when Carl Walker-Peters got 3 assists in one half.
In one game, yeah.
And then the one that really stands out, and it really annoys me, is the second half performance against Wolves. Yeah. Because that was the game, if we'd won, we were really, really within a shot. And Harry Kane scored a wonderful goal. And then the second half, I don't know what happened to us. We were just it was a appalling second half performance. And that is where people are like, oh, yeah, Spurs bottle it, Spurs do this. But that was the game that really annoyed me that season, really pissed me off.
Yeah. I mean, so that period, we got 15 points out of 18. Oh, sorry, not 15, 3, 6, 12 out of 15. Yep. So we won 4 and we lost 1. So that was a very successful Christmas period.
It was indeed.
Yeah. Now, if we look at the following season, 2019-20 season, what did we do here? Right. So, do you know what? Every season around Christmas, we've got Wolves. I was doing this and I thought, hold on, am I miswriting something? Am I copying and pasting? But it seems that we've got Wolves around Christmas every season. So that season, we beat Wolves 2-1.
Yep.
We lost to Chelsea 2-0. We beat Brighton 2-1. Drew in Norwich. And we lost to Southampton. So that season, we got 3, 6, 7 points out of possible 15. And our positions there were 5, 7, 6, 6, and then 6th. So we didn't hit the top 4 like we did the previous season, but we were floating between 5th and 7th. And it looks like average was 6th.
Yeah, this was an awful Christmas. I mean, that Southampton game is where Harry Kane did his hamstring. And everything went wrong. The Norwich game was an appalling performance. Brighton, I can't believe I'm going to say this guy's name. Dele Alli scored a wonderful goal, but that's the last thing I'm saying about him. Chelsea's son got sent off, and that was just a really, really awful performance. Yeah. And my second favourite player of all time, Jan Vertonghen, scored a last-minute winner with a header.
Yeah.
And this season, we were so up and down. You just didn't know what you were going to get. But this was not a good Christmas.
No, that's right. That is, I mean, you know what? We had a good Christmas season before. And then the following season, we was expecting to kick on. And because to be fair, Christmas and New Year's is around the time where you've got 6, 7 games and everyone's fighting for points. And it's tough. There's a lot of traveling home, and sometimes you can end up going Newcastle and then you're back up here the next couple of days, and then you got 2 days in between games. So this is where sometimes it separates the men from the boys, and if you're not up for it for the whole period, then you're going to struggle because you can't pick and choose which games you're going to win and lose. You have to be up for every single game, in my opinion.
Yeah, completely right. I mean, us as fans love this period because we're off work, or it's a little bit, and there's just non-stop football. But the games are so thick and fast, and they've got to recover. And not just that, the fans travel everywhere, the length and breadth of the country. And like you said, it could be Newcastle, which is ridiculous for Spurs to travel to, for example, on Boxing Day. It's ridiculous. But this Christmas period, all the players know it's coming.
Yeah.
And this is such a important chunk of the season, which really can determine your season. And this one decimated us, I think, really did.
Yeah. And I think Sean Hurley's saying here as well that 1920 we had a new coach in place too. So it was a breeding in period for a new coach, and obviously it was the same players from the previous seasons, and it was just the team players got a manager sacked, so a new manager came in and he had to deal with that. So the form and trying to get the players who plays where and whatever. So that them results obviously proved that they were just struggling kind of thing, and the manager was trying to get his feet into the door and organize his team and try and get something out of him. So that was that. Simon Stevens is saying here, key is the opposition. They are low class sides who can battle the cold weather. We have the likes of Ben Davies, who requires a rose petal bath and a banana milk massage before he steps onto the pitch.
Well, it's working.
It's working, but it's exactly what Simon Stevens is saying. Over the Christmas period, is he going to be able to maintain 5-6 games constantly without, he's going to need a break at some point, because I personally don't think he can play the 5-6 games over the Christmas period.
Well, he definitely can. If you remember last season, he played 9 games on the bounce, with one of them being at Brighton, and he was just absolutely wiped out. There's no way he can play every single game at Christmas. There's not a chance.
Yeah. No, this is it. And then we've got the problem of who can we trust on the bench that's going to come in to do a job. That is going to be the biggest problem. So that's 1920 season. Now, last season, the 2021 season, so it was 13th of December, we drew with Crystal Palace 1-1, and we were top of the league.
Yep.
16th of December, we lost 2-1 to Liverpool away. 20th of December, we lost to Leicester away, went to 6th. So we've gone from 2nd to 6th. 27th of December, we drew with Wolves again. And then on 2nd of January, we beat Leeds 3-0. So we went within 3 weeks from 1st to 7th, and we got 1, 2, 5 out of a possible 15 points that season.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this season, the Palace game really, really frustrated me, because that was time to kick on. And obviously we did the 1-0 and sit back. Yeah. Gave away a silly goal. I mean, the Liverpool game was actually a good game, and we could have taken it, but Liverpool just jumped through. Leicester, we were absolutely abysmal. And I mean abysmal. Yeah, and the Wolves game, do you know what happened with me a lot during the Nuno period? I saw Tanguy and Dembele score the goal, and I fell asleep before half time, and I woke up and found out it was 1-1. I fell asleep through so many games under Jose. it was just that bad. And Leeds was a great performance, but as the media like to say, we were Spursy. And this Christmas was, again, like you said before, Sid, it's the same players. And there's no rotation, there's no depth, there's no accountability. So it was shocking. Last year was shocking.
Yeah. And this is the thing. It's like you're saying, isn't it? A lot of fans saved it up over Christmas period. And 1 minute you're playing at home, and then you've got to go all the way to St. James's Park, or you got to go up north somewhere. And it's not easy to get up north nowadays, because the M6 and the M1, you've got roadworks, you've got that. So what used to be a 3.5 hour now can become 5-6 hours, and it even becomes 7-8 hours. And if you get all the way there and it's a woeful performance, you're like, wow, I've got to do the same journey all the way back. And then 2 days later, I've got to watch these lot at home. Yeah. It sort of demoralizes the fans, doesn't it?
Well, it does. And also you look at the people that don't have the luxury of driving and get the trains. And at this time of year, the trains are not as regular, and there's always a delay or a problem. And it's sometimes people aren't getting back till 2-3 in the morning. And it's just not right. I think the Premier League should look at this and have London teams play in London, or maybe Brighton the furthest. Yeah. And whatever. It's ridiculous to ask the fans to keep shelling out all their hard-earned money to travel the length and breadth of the country at this time.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I read 2 days ago I think it was Leeds. I'm not sure if it's Leeds or somebody were playing Leeds, and the last train back for the away fans, was at 9:20, and the game didn't finish till 9:30 or 9:45.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's shocking. It's
yeah,
abysmal.
that's
And
it.
we've had this issue with Spurs, where I know Spurs fans have asked for them to either put a train on or put an extra coach on, and they're just like, nope.
No,
All they care about, not just Tottenham, is this.
every club.
That's all they care
Yeah,
about.
every club. Sean Hill remembers the Leicester game, the Aurier
Oh,
penalty.
right before half time for no reason whatsoever.
But wasn't that Aurier? I'll give away a penalty. Serge, I will give away a penalty no matter what. Aurier at Spurs.
Yeah,
That's it. Mike Hustler is saying, big up Sid and big up the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Dago. There we go. The man, the myth, and the legend all in one. Simon Stevens is saying he's a man of fine margins. That's what separates him from the rest, and that's what you need to get over the line. He's not a magician, but he didn't need magic when he has to know how. I think he's referring to. Oh yeah, absolutely. Look, this one. Absolutely, Conte. He's taking this average squad from 9th to within a game of a Champions League place. He's unbelievable. I honestly don't think it's down to Conte. I think he's got some kind of discipline and all that instilled into them, but I also think it's the results, because last couple of games we've had some results go against us, and like yesterday and the day before everyone drew or lost and we took advantage of that. But I'm still sat on the fence. Yesterday's game, there's no way I'm taking that as we're on the move, that's it now, nothing's going to go wrong under Conte. There's still a lot of room for improvement, and the next 6 games for me will see how good, or what Conte is doing is how good, and also then that leads us into the January transfer window.
Yep. I mean, Sid, all I'll say on that is, for me, it's completely Conte. It's like normally when the results go our way, we balls it up, and literally he's come in and he has the 2 words I've been using about yesterday are respect and trust. Respect, the players finally have a manager. They're like, right, okay, this dude is the real deal. We know under Nuno and the farce in which he came in, half the players didn't respect him. He wasn't the chosen man. They know to respect this man because of who he is and what he can do for them. 100%. And with trust, the players, since probably Poch, they look like they're trusting each other and playing as a team again, and they have faith and confidence in each other. And that, for me, is Conte all over.
Yeah,
it really is.
I mean, he's saying a lot of things, isn't he? People are taking a lot of quotes from what he's been saying in his press conferences. He is getting the point across, but he's not making it obvious. He's just saying it in conversation as the convos are flowing with the journalists or on whichever TV company, production company is talking to him. And yesterday he said he wants to take control of the transfers in January, him and Paratici. So that will be interesting, because Daniel Levy is probably going to be sat there thinking, no way. If he's now going to take control, that means I'm going to have to put my hand in my pocket, and it's not going to be for pennies in my front pocket. It's going to be heavy change, because him and Paratici obviously know the players that they want, the kind of players that they want. And I think Mike's put it up here as well, is how many players are we going to get and who we're going to get rid of? The question is, how many does he want? What will he actually get? And what kind or what caliber of players is he looking for? Because we had this discussion the other day. He's not going to get the superstars in January, because unless you get the ones that are out of contract in the summer, like Kessie's, and you're willing to pay a transfer fee, 10 million. But knowing Daniel Levy, if you've got the opportunity to get a player for nothing in summer or pay 10, 15 million in January, you know what he's going to do, don't you?
You really want to get me started on this topic?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
I mean, we will find out in January what happens.
Yeah.
This is going to determine who is doing what. I want, if Antonio Conte says he wants a 32-year-old defender, and he identified, let's say De Vrij.
Yeah.
Don't get an imitation or a replica or a build for the future. Get this man in.
Absolutely.
Get the guy Conte identifies. Forget sell-on fees. Forget everything. If he says this is the man I want, I understand. I don't mean go spend hundreds of millions, but if he identifies players, get them.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be able to tell the difference straight away if it's a Conte player that he wanted, or if we've done what we normally do and look in the bargain bucket.
Yeah.
And then there will be pandemonium. Then I will be back in February, and I am coming to cause absolute chaos, is the terminology I'm using, because it will be clear to see. It will be clear to see.
Absolutely. And I think this is now, we've got one of the best managers in the world. We've got a manager with pedigree. We've got a manager who's won in his first season, second season, trophies, championships.
Yep.
If you now got him at your club as your manager, then surely you have to now trust the process and trust the manager who you've gone and got and spent 20 million a season on, or whatever they're saying. Surely now you have to, back him.
Sid, the easiest way to do it is, do you reckon Inter Milan thought, oh, wait a minute, you want Ashley Young, what's the sell-on fee of a 35-year-old Englishman who can play a wing back? They went, nope, if that's the man you want and you think he can get us over the line, we'll go get him. There's no, oh, wait a minute, what's his sell-on fee? Or before we buy him, how much is he going to be if it doesn't work? You want him? Bang, there you go. Lukaku. Yeah. You want Lukaku? You've identified Lukaku? There you go, have Lukaku. This man delivers if he gets what he wants. So
100%.
It's not rocket science for Levy at all.
No, that's right, 100%. Right, let's move on to our fixtures, upcoming fixtures. So we've got we've got Norwich on Sunday. So what do you think on Norwich on Sunday? What's the results going to be for that one?
Put it this way, I went into the Brentford game thinking, oh God, here we go. Just please put in a performance. After the Mura game, you didn't know what you were going to get.
Yeah.
We got that performance. Now going into Norwich, I am ultra confident. I think it's going to be 3-0 and 3 points that we desperately need. We need to put a little run together, a bit of consistency. And with games coming, you can always tell Conte seeing these players on the pitch will give him a better understanding of the players. Forget what he can do in training. It's the match experience and what they do on the pitch. And I am ultra confident for Norwich. Ultra confident.
Okay, right. So as we go along, everyone who's watching tonight, as we're going on with these fixtures, I'm going to bring the fixtures up between now and January. So Brian's going to give me the predictions. I'll give you my predictions as well. And can you also comment in the box what you think the fixture results are going to be and what position we're going to be after each game? Or you can't predict the positions, but roughly what you think. I mean, a win. I'm happy with that. You don't even have to give me the position. But right, so Brian's saying we're going to beat Norwich.
Yep.
I can't see us losing to Norwich, to be fair, because I watched them against Newcastle and Newcastle had 10 men as well, and Norwich just about managed to get a draw. So we're at home. We're going to be going into the game after winning yesterday. Performance is going to be high. The fans are going to be up for it as well. Exactly. And I personally think, a lot of people will laugh at this, but I personally think, my wife is going to look at me and give me some dirties in a minute, but I personally think Kane will score. I don't know how many, but I think he'll get on the score sheet. Oh, she's giving me dirties now already. Look, she's giving me daggers. But Kane will be on the score sheet on Sunday, and I think we'll win. I'm not going to say comfortably because Spurs never win comfortably, but I think maybe a 2-0 or a 3-1. But no, it's not going to be, a lot of people are saying we've not had this convincing, comfortable victory this season, and we're all waiting for it. I still don't think we're going to get that anytime soon. Maybe after January.
To me, it was yesterday, Sid. To me, it was a comfortable victory. Yeah, I really do.
But see, it was a comfortable victory. But what I mean by comfortable is, absolutely ruined that side, beat them endlessly off the pitch. You know what I mean? The Brazilian Tottenham that we've seen before, where we've just absolutely battered teams, attack after attack after attack, flowing football. That kind of a performance I'm looking for.
I can understand that.
Yeah, right. So we've got a few here already. 2-0. Eddie Ryan saying 2-0 to us on Sunday. Scott Emmy saying Norwich are awful, 2-0 for us. Sean Hurley saying Norwich 3 points, 4-0. Hope our goal difference needs attending to. Mike Hustler is saying 3-0 to Spurs.
Me and Mike are agreeing on everything at the moment, which has taken about a year to do, but we're there.
I think that day when you came on stream, I think that the light bulb moment must have happened, and
Must have been.
both of you just connected, aren't you? Right. So that's 3 points. So that hopefully, right, I'm going to play Stato. Remember Stato from?
Of course.
Yeah, I'm going to play Stato now, and everyone's lost the game, so we'll probably now go above West Ham. So we're going to fourth now if we win against Norwich. Right.
Yep.
So that's Mark Swift is saying 2-0 to Spurs. True Blue Spurs is saying 3-0 to Spurs. Cody Mack is saying Norwich always turn up against us, but 2-1 to Spurs. So everyone's gone for a Spurs win. Everyone thinks they'll turn up, but I think we'll turn up on the day as well. So that's good. Right. That's the first one. Right. Here's our next upcoming fixtures. After that, we've got Brighton at the Amex Stadium on the 12th of December. That is going to be an interesting game away from home, going to the Amex Stadium. What's your thoughts on this one?
This is the one for some reason, we always struggle at Brighton. I don't know why. It seems to be only away. It seems to be some kind of bogey team. Hugo got his awful injury there a few years ago. They wiped the floor with us last season.
Yeah.
So with this one, I'm saying we'll get a draw.
Yeah.
This one is key because we just need to put performance there, but I can see a draw there.
Yeah. Sorry, just before we move on, just like to welcome Bob Spur TV as well. He's joined us. He's saying Spurs are going to win 3-0. Just like to give condolences to Bob, who lost his dad the other day. All the best, mate, and hope everything goes well. The whole of Tottenham will be
behind you, mate. Something with that, Sid.
Yeah.
At 5 p.m. Eastern time, 10 p.m. UK time, the two Bryans are going live, and everyone knows Bob and I are extremely close. And I've been speaking to him regularly, and he's actually provided me a statement that he wants me to read out on the show to all the fans, all
Cool.
the subscribers and everything that have given him a lot of love and support. So
Cool.
he will be addressing all of you through me at 5 o'clock.
Wicked. Everyone, please join that channel and watch it. Even if you haven't subscribe to them and get on board. And everyone just give Bob all the support that he needs.
Correct.
Yeah. Right. So you're saying we're going to get a draw, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you're saying a draw. Brighton, we will win 1-0. Okay. Sean Hill is saying we're going to win 1-0. Hustlers is saying we're going to win every game apart from the Liverpool. They're the bogey team and a great team too. Okay. Eddie Ryan reckons we're going to be unbeaten in the next 7 games.
Please,
wow.
God.
Okay. I know. Okay. Brighton away from home. It's going to be a tough game. Brighton have been playing quite well. Obviously, they got a draw against West Ham the other day. It's going to be a tough because Potter's going to have them ready. It's going to be a good encounter between him and Conte, and they're going to attack us. And my only concern going into that game is if Sanchez is going to be playing, because they've got a few players that can attack with speed and pace. And I just hope we don't get the FC Mora incident where somebody tries to do him left, right, inside out, and he just does what he does best and falls over. But Brighton away, you know what? I think I'm going to agree with you there. I think it'll be a 2-2 draw. I don't think it'll be a 0-0 or a 1. I think it'll be a high-scoring draw, a score draw. I think it'll be 2-2.
So what I'll say on top of that is with Brighton, and you mentioning Sanchez, I mean, Mope isn't the biggest or the tallest, but he's powerful. I can actually see Tanganga starting that game.
That one.
To match him. So he's got to do squad rotation during this period because we haven't got the depth. So
yeah,
I think Brighton Tanganga starts instead of Sanchez.
Yeah. Good shout, good shout. Mark Swift is saying it's going to be 1-1. True Blue Spurs, which I sort of agree with him here. I can see us losing some pathetic game, but pulling off a victory against Liverpool. Do you know what? It is in the Tottenham DNA to do something like that, isn't it?
Yep, completely.
Yeah. Bob Spur TV is saying, big up, guys. We'll win every game, including Liverpool. Do you know what? I'd love to have as much optimism as you, mate, but I honestly can't see us winning every single game. That's my opinion, to be fair. You never know, though. You never know. Right. 19th of December, Brian, the big one. Spurs versus
Wait, we're going to do Leicester first.
Have I missed? Oh, yes. I forgot. My eyesight.
So,
Okay. 16th of December, Leicester away.
So
Another tricky tie.
This is the one you think Kane against Norwich.
Yeah.
I guarantee Kane scores against Leicester. He always scores against Leicester.
Okay.
And he'll do it again there. And Leicester at the moment are a little bit ropey. You don't know what you're going to get from them. A little bit like us.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm going Spurs win against Leicester. And I think Harry Kane will be the difference in this game.
Do you know what? I'm not writing this down here. Have you got a pen, please? I'm going to just write this down so I know. Okay, so you're going for a win for Spurs, yeah?
I am indeed.
Lovely. Sean Hurley saying 2-1 defeat. So he thinks we're going to lose that one. Right, so let me put yours and let me put mine. So you said we was going to draw with Brighton.
Yep.
And then we're going to win against Leicester.
Correct.
Win. Okay, so I said draw 1. You said 3. Okay. Right. Who's saying here? Right. Mark Swift is saying 1-2 Leicester. So, okay. So we've got Sean and Mark saying we're going to lose. Scott M is saying Brighton 3-1 defeat. Wow. Okay. And then Leicester 3-2 defeat.
He's been very positive here, is Scott.
Scott is being very positive, isn't he? And then the next one I'm going to read out. Look, 5-0 Liverpool defeat. Wow. Okay.
They're capable of it. They're capable. There's no doubt about it. If Liverpool are on fire and we make any errors, they will punish us.
Yeah. Right. Leicester away. For me, Maddison's just coming to form now, isn't he? He's just come back last couple of games and he scored, I think, in his last 2 or 3 games.
Right.
But I totally agree with what you're saying. Leicester are like Spurs. They're like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get with them. But Leicester at home, it's going to be a tough one. I'm actually going to go for a draw.
Okay.
I'm going to go for a draw. Right. Now brings us on to the big one on the 19th of December. At home to Liverpool. I'm going to be there and I'm hopeful as well. I think the Paxton Road people, including Judge Jody, I think the Hotspur Hustler and Sam, we're all going to be meeting up and hopefully we'll be live streaming before and after the game. So watch out for Paxton Road at the Spurs v Liverpool game. Thoughts on this game?
If I could take the draw right now, I would snap your hands off. They are looking incredible,
aren't they?
Incredible. I mean, I've been saying Trent Alexander-Arnold. Do you know what? Missing the Euros was probably the best thing that's happened to him because he got recovered from his injury and he has been worlds apart from everyone. I would snap your hand off for a draw. I think at this time the team with the lack of depth is going to start struggling.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let my heart rule my head and say a draw.
Okay, so you're saying a draw. We've got Hurley saying Liverpool will lose this one. Okay, we've already said Scott M saying 5-0 to Liverpool. Eddie Ryan is saying we'll be more organised by the time we play Liverpool. Correct. And this game now, for me, it will depend on what Conte wants to do. Does he decide to just go and get a draw and play for a draw, or because what you're saying and what everyone else is saying? If we try and take the game to Liverpool, we're going to get battered, absolutely battered, because you cannot take the game to Liverpool because they'll hammer us on the counter-attack and in the middle. If he sets his stall up to not get beat, then it might work. But again, you cannot defend against Liverpool for 90 minutes without conceding, because at some point they will come at you.
Yep, without doubt.
Yeah, Simon Stevens is saying, I think Brendan Rodgers' Dwan's magic has worn off on me. Can't see their Gordon Gnome beating us. So he's saying 2-0 against Leicester to Spurs. Eddie Ryan saying, will we beat Liverpool 2-0?
Please, if only.
Yeah.
If only.
Sam Lee agrees with you. He says a draw would be a cracking result versus Liverpool. Simon Stevens is saying Liverpool are too good, but we can hope for is that we don't get battered. 2-0 to Liverpool. Okay, Mark Swift is saying 3-1 to Liverpool. Wow. Okay, so if apart from yourself, I think, and everyone is saying we're going to get beat by Liverpool. I think Liverpool at home, I think we're going to get beat, and I think we're probably going to get beat 3-1. I can't see us beating Liverpool, to be fair. Honestly, I would love to, absolutely love to, as Kevin Keegan would say. I would love it, just love it if we went out and turned up, but I don't know, I just can't see it.
You know what? If we close shop for the first half and get in at halftime 0-0, and then can sneak a goal in the second half, he will shut up shop, and Conte will. That's the only way. I think if we go 1-0 up early, they've got plenty of time, and if we go 1-0 down, I just can't see us coming back.
Do you think we have the players, the energy, the fitness, the commitments to hold Liverpool to a 0-0 at the first 45 minutes at home?
The way Conte's training them and the difference over the last couple of weeks, energy and fitness, yes. Players, as in strength in depth, hell no. No. You look, I use this all the time. Liverpool, over the last few seasons, that front three has probably been one of the most potent and most lethal front threes in Europe. And what did they do just to freshen it up? Diego Jota.
Exactly.
Keep them on their toes.
Lots of signing.
But it kept those three players like, there's competition for places.
Yeah.
And they've upped their game big time again. And we still have this, we're the only team that have one striker, because that's we can't keep doing this. Liverpool freshen their squad up, and we just don't.
Yeah. I mean, I think I agree what Toxic Headshot is saying here. Dependent on our form, we can beat Liverpool. Our fans need to help them. Do you know what? I agree, because yesterday, even though we was at home 2-0, my son goes to me, Dad, who's at home? Brentford they were out singing Spurs, and even when we went 1-0 up, there wasn't much singing going on from Spurs. Brentford were at it constantly, and I was like, hold on, we're winning 1-0 here, and then we went 2-0 up. There wasn't that much singing going on, and normally when we're winning, we're on par. We were like, but yesterday for some reason, and we need to be at it against Liverpool from the offset. And if the fans gonna start getting a bit disgruntled and not back the boys on the pitch, I think we could end up getting a caning, literally. But yeah, going back to what you're saying about the strikers, mate, Jota has been what a revelation for Liverpool. I mean,
unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't even think Klopp expected the what he's given. I don't think even he expected that much to give. Firmino's probably thinking, what have I done? What have I done here? What? I can't even get into this team.
Yep.
So, right. So that brings us on to the bogey team, Crystal Palace. Thoughts on Palace?
The bogey team away. The bogey team away. We owe them after that disgusting performance in August.
Oh, it's away in it. Sorry, I've mixed that one up. I got it wrong. Yeah.
No, it's at home. We've got.
We're at home, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, because we got that disgusting performance in August, and it's Vieira coming back to Tottenham as an ex-Arsenal, and the fans will be pumped up, and he'll be getting it big time from us. And we normally win this quite comfortably at home.
Yeah.
We normally do this quite comfortably at home, and I can see nothing but Spurs winning this game.
Right. Okay. Sean Hurley's in agreeing with you. He's saying basically back to winning ways, 4-0. Revenge for the earlier game. Yep. I totally agree with him. Who else is? Where else have we got for the Palace game? People are moving on to the Watford. Can we do the Palace game? Okay. Scott Emmy saying Palace 1, Spurs 1.
Come on, Scott.
I know. Mox 50 saying 1-0 versus Palace. Honestly, right? I'll tell you hand on heart. We are not going to get these 3, 4, 5-0 performances that we are accustomed to seeing at the Lane, Tottenham Stadium, Wembley Stadium. For some reason, this season, we're 1-0, 2-0 if we're lucky. I mean, 2-0 yesterday was quite convincing as a result, but see, 4-0 against Crystal Palace, I can't see for us scoring 4 goals because we tend to score a goal and then we sit back, don't we? We don't kill the games off. Therefore, for me, we're going to beat Palace, but I don't think we're going to score more than 2.
You know what? If Kane can get on the goal trail, whether it be against Norwich, like you said, or Leicester that I've predicted, he just needs a goal to go off his arse or rebound off the post and hit him in the face. And then we know if he gets that goal and that confidence back, he could go on a run of back-to-back hat-tricks, which he's done on many a time for us and the country recently. And it just will waken something up. Because once we all know when he didn't score in August, once he gets 1 goal, that's it. The floodgates open. So if we can get him to get a goal and the side realise that, then there's a possibility.
But shouldn't that goal have come yesterday? Wouldn't you have put your mortgage on that yesterday when he went through?
So I've spoken about this, and I don't know if people in the chat and yourself will agree. Harry Kane's greatest gift when he's on form is he shoots so goddamn early.
Yeah.
Before the keeper sets, before anyone can do anything, the shot's gone off.
The back of the net. Yeah.
And yesterday he did it. He's been doing it recently, and I don't know if it's just me witnessing it. He's taken that extra touch because of his confidence being like it's lacking. He's put so much pressure on himself, and we are, and the media are, that he's taking an extra touch. He's taking too many touches. He's not pulling the trigger as early.
Yeah.
And I think he's just got to get that out of his system and go back to doing what he does best. That's my opinion.
No, I sort of agree with you. I think he's trying a bit too hard to get that goal, and I think he needs that one like Ben Davies or something where he just hits him in the back of his arse or head or nose or whatever and goes in. Yeah. Simon Stevens 1-0 against Palace to Spurs. So I think everyone's saying that. Sean Hurley saying, yeah, he's voting with his heart here. Okay, yeah, that's true. Right, so that's another win. Okay, so that brings us to Southampton away on the 28th. So just after Christmas, just after they've had whatever they've had for Christmas. What do you think on that one?
Do you know what? We normally get them this time between Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
Some like last or a couple of years ago, it was New Year's Day when Kane ripped his hamstring. On the year we came second, we beat them 4-0. I think on that exact date, actually. This game I can never gauge. Southampton away is a game. Whatever I say, it's always the opposite.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, just to test my theory, that we're going to lose this game because a reverse psychology means we'll probably win it. So I think this could be where the defeat comes. Right.
So you're saying a loss. Okay.
Only because of reverse psychology.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Sean Hurley saying 2-0 to Spurs. Who else has got everyone's going to Watford game. Wait, let me just get more Southampton. I personally think away to Southampton, I think we're going to win this game. Hopefully, okay. Scott Emmy saying 2-2 draw. Mark Swifty saying 1-2 v Southampton. So I think he's saying Spurs to win. I think no one's going to be having ketchup. No one's going to be having mayonnaise. He's probably going to ban all the stuffing and everything at Christmas. And I think everyone's going to be eating very healthy at Christmas. So I think they're going to be firing at the Dell or St. Mary's Stadium, and they've got no Ings as well. So I think I'm going to say we're going to win this one, and I think we're going to win this one 2-1. So I'm going to go for a win. Right. So that's that. And now that go on.
No, I was about to say, here we go, the Watford one.
The New Year Day special, Watford away, Uncle Sissoko versus Tottenham Hotspur. What's your opinion on this one?
Well, again, after the Southampton 4-0, we went to Watford on New Year's Day and beat them 4-0.
Yeah.
2 for Dele, 2 for Kane, and that performance was immense a few years ago. With Claudio Ranieri, it really depends what Watford turn up. They've either been sublimely good or shockingly bad. And I actually love the new Watford player, Dennis. I think he's a real fighter and a real handful. But with this, I'm going nothing but a win. I'm going for a win.
Comfortable win or just a win?
Either. I don't care. But let's say a gritty performance and we just get past them.
Okay. Sean Hurley is saying a 2-2 draw. 2-2 draw. Okay. And what else have we got here? Watford. Anybody else? Any Watford people out here telling us what they're going to be going here? Where are we now? I'm still going. Okay, don't forget that Harry Kane will lose weight. Yeah, I can't find any more Watford. Right. Okay. Yeah, Mark Swift is saying 1-0. Scott M is saying 2-2 draw. I think Watford away, we should win this game. But I'm also agreeing with what you're saying is it depends on how Ranieri sets his team up.
Yep.
Uncle Sissoko will have some information for them as well, backroom information, so he'll tell them what to do. And Danny Rose. And Danny Rose is going to be up for this game big time. So we're going to have them too. Is Saul going to be available or is he still out?
Not a clue.
Right, so okay. I'm going to go for a win. Another 2-0 to Spurs. 2-0 to Spurs. Eddie Ryan is saying 2-0 to Spurs as well. So, yeah, there's a few. Okay, Mark McGee is saying 3-1 to Spurs. So there is a lot. Right, so, look, Scott M is just throwing one into the spanners. Basically, he's saying with Watford, you never know. They could have 2 new managers by then.
It's true.
It's true, isn't it? And I think True Blue Spurs is very optimistic. 5-0 to Spurs. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Well, there you go. Is that? Yeah. Well, that's what he's saying. Right. So, Brian, you're
11 points.
You got 11 points from a possible 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going 11 from 18. I'm going 3, 6, 9. I'm going 10 from 18. Right. So, question now. Between now and then, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, and Norwich 7 games. Where do you see Spurs on January the 2nd in the table?
Oh, that's a good question. Good question.
Sorry, that also goes out to everyone watching, listening as well. Where do you see Spurs in the table on January the 2nd before the new players come in?
I see. This is hard to gauge because I don't know if any of the other big hitters are playing each other or the fixture list. So
yeah,
if we were 6th, 5th, or even 4th, if we're 5th and 6th within touching distance of 4th, incredible, absolutely incredible. That's what I'd be happy with. That's where I think we can be.
Okay.
So do you know what? I'm going to go right down the middle of what I said and say 5th.
Okay, so you think we're gonna be 5th, yeah? And
yeah.
Okay, I've got a follow-up question to that one. Right. So Mark McGee is saying 4th. Mark Swift is saying 5th. Sean Hurley is saying between 5th and 7th, mate. So that means 6th then, yeah? If you're saying between 5th and 7th, 6th. Okay. Follow-up question to that then. How far off the top 4 are we going to be then? If you think we're going to be 5th, how many points are we going to be off 4th?
Oh, again, it's hard to know without people, without seeing the fixtures. Who's around there? I'd say within a winning distance, so 3, 2, or 1. maximum a win away from fourth.
Yeah. Cool. Eddie Ryan is saying 16 points from them games. 1 point will come against Palace. Bob Spurs is saying comfortably fourth. Toxic Headshot is saying comfortably fourth. Do you know what? Hand on heart, I'm going to agree with Bob Spur and Toxic because I think West Ham are on a spiral sort of downwards at the moment. It depends. If they lose on Saturday to Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
Then that's going to be like a good couple of defeats, a couple of points in the last couple of games. And we're on the ascendancy if we beat Norwich. So, because if we beat Norwich and they lose, we go above them by 1 point with a game in hand.
Correct.
Yeah. So then that would kick us. Them lot down the road is the only issue with me. And obviously Man United with a new manager coming in. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'd like to apologize. I keep saying it's Mark McGee. It's Mary McGee. My apologies. I'm sorry. Apologize. 8 points off fourth. Scott M thinks we're going to be 8 points off fourth. No, I don't think so. I think that's not going to be 8 points off fourth.
I can't see that. I just can't see that.
I can't see that. I think for us to be 8 points off fourth, that means we're going to lose a lot of games, and West Ham and Arsenal or whoever's there are going to win a lot of games. I can't see that happening. I personally can't see that happening. Right, so compare. Okay, so 10 points and
I've got 11
points. Yeah, you've got 11. I've got 10. I think that's about reasonable because you've got 3 wins, 2 draws, and a loss, and I've got 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. So we've got 1 loss between the two of us.
Yep.
I've got 2 draws. You've got 2 draws, and you've got 3 wins. So I think that's reasonable. I think that is absolutely gettable with the run of fixtures, with the form we're going into, and with Conte at the helm.
Completely agree. And like I said, the most important thing is in-game management and squad rotation. So if we see some funny, like some strange team selection against Norwich, it's not because I don't think it's because he's chosen, Harry Winks starts because he's been amazing. I think he's looking at Leicester and Liverpool, and he has to have his strongest team available for that team, for those 2 games. So it's a lot of squad rotation and game management.
Yeah. Scott M is saying here, United have a very easy schedule from now until January. With Rangnick, I think they will get a ton of points. Yeah, but you know what? The run of fixtures, it doesn't necessarily, just because you've got an easy run, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get all 18 points or whatever. You're going to get games or teams that are going to turn up and surprise, especially Man United. Yeah. So, you know what? It's for us to go into these games. The only game I see an issue, like I think, is Liverpool.
Correct.
And Brighton. The rest of them easily winnable, and I can't see us. I mean, if we beat Norwich, right, that's 2 on the bounce, yeah. And obviously, if you win against Rennes, and then you're getting into that position where confidence is high. Yep. Son scored yesterday as well. The defenders are looking strong. You're relying on players that you're not going to normally play, but they're busting a gut for you. Skip played well yesterday.
Played very well yesterday.
Exactly. So then everybody else as a team are going to start thinking, do you know what? Let's get it going. Because Kane keeps saying now, he's looking forward to playing under Conte. The vibe's coming out of it. So these Christmas fixtures could be massive for us. And depending on what results we get, and we're expecting good results, come January, there might be players that want to come to Spurs because they're seeing what Conte's done in the 2 months that he's been there. So these 10 points and 11 points, we're saying it could even be 15 points. It could even be 18, like somebody said, win all the games. I don't see us winning all of them, but do you know what? You never know. And for me, if we can get a result, or not just a result, a performance against Liverpool, this Liverpool side, that will send out a statement.
Of course it will. Of course. I think even if we take the 10 or 11 points, if you look at those fixture lists and said we still had Nuno, you're looking at 4 or 5 points. You're not looking anything. It's brought in new belief. It's brought in optimism, and we can start looking forward. We can start thinking positively. And that run, like I said, that run of fixtures under Nuno, I would have been absolutely crapping myself.
Yeah.
But I'm not, and I'll happily accept 11 points. I want more, but 11 I'll take.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the, that is the beauty in it. If the more we can get, the better. But we're both happy with 10 and 11 points. But if we get more, then that's a bonus.
Exactly.
So on that note, I'd like to thank everyone that's tuned in tonight and given us their comments, their score sheets and positions. I'd like to thank you, Brian, for coming on the stream tonight. And where can people find you?
So first of all, it's an absolute pleasure. I love spending time with the Paxton Road boys. Everyone like and subscribe to their channel. Where you can find me is my home is Tottenham on Tour with Brian Ireland. We've got a show coming up in literally 34 minutes.
Wicked.
And our guest will be the Irish Hotspur and Jack Kanicki. We are on a big push to 1,000, and I'm just going to do a little plug why.
Yes, go for it.
Obviously, 1,000 is a big number for people in YouTube that it's when you can start getting super chats and membership and monetization. Now, that's all great for us, but what we're trying to do, people in the chat, if they remember my old channel that I was on with Brian Ireland called Tottenham Away, on May the 4th this year, was it? We did a special show about mental health, which is something very, very near to me and dear to me. I've struggled with it for about 20 plus years, but we did a great show on it. But we're doing another one in January, and we're going up levels and levels and levels. And the reason that we want to get to the 1,000 before then is every single penny we get from the super chats will be going to mental health charities to assist people and help people that struggle with this illness that isn't easily spoken about and doesn't get the attention that it so desperately needs. So we are trying to get to this number. So it may not be a lot. The super chats may not be a lot, even if we get there, but we really want to be able to give back. So even if you don't watch us, even if you don't agree with me and my Levy rants, which are epic, please just give us a like and a subscribe at Tottenham on Tour, because we want to hit that number so we can help people.
Not a problem. Everyone, please, subscribe, follow Brian and Tottenham on Tour, and whatever what he said as well, please. It's going to be for a good cause. On that note, I'd like to thank everyone again. Please like, subscribe, and follow Paxton Road TV. We've got loads of channels, loads of streams. I think we'll have the Norwich preview, Norwich aftermath. We've got Judge Jody coming as well. I'll probably be back next week at some point. But once again, Brian, thank you very much for coming on. And it's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.